Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. It is the benchmark called the Chief. This is one of my favorite benchmarks. It is a fun, fast-moving one, but it does have a power clean in it. So we are going to do some practice work on the cleans first. So that means we're going to have two segments of the warm-up, a general prep section. So that's going to start with 10 shuttle runs. So down is 1, back is 2. We're doing a total of 10. After that, we're going to go you can start walking one direction, but go 8 reps of our hurdle step over, and then 8 reps of our hurdle sneak under. So I'm going to step out, start from the backside, sneak under, and then again step out on the backside, sneak under. All right, so hurdle over unders. Then we're going to do a 50-foot band monster walk. So when we do these, lots of people like them in different places. My favorite place is just below the kneecaps and with the plastic totally flat to my knees. So if they're rolled up, or if you end up getting them twisted, a lot of times they'll start sliding, ripping hair off up your leg. For the guys, some of the girls, you know how it goes. All right, then we're going to do 2 forward somersaults, which I'm not going to demonstrate today due to the continued herniation of the disc in my neck, which makes it harder to do some of the fun stuff that we like to do. But hopefully I'll still be able to do some version of Chief, and hopefully as an example of how I can kind of train through navigating around this very painful thing in my neck and still get a decent workout out of it that makes me stronger for when I come back and the actual injury is healed up, okay? So after the general warm-up, then we're gonna do our specific warm-up. This is a 15 rep barbell complex we're gonna do first time as a group, and then second time you can do it on your own. So the first one is 5 reps of our clean lift off. So we're going from the ground to the knees, and what I wanna think about is constant contact of the bar with my shins. Second thing I wanna think about is weight distribution. At the ground, it should be on my toes. At my knees, it should be on my heels. So I'm thinking toes, heels. And then the last thing I want to think about is my back angle, right? So I'm keeping the angle that my shoulders and hip make to the ground constant as I move from the shins to the knees. So I don't want to punch my butt up, but I also don't want to lean back and extend my hips too early, okay? And after that, we're going to do 5 reps of our hang clean high pull. So that's from the top of the knees, extend the hips, and pull to the shoulders. Keep that bar close to the body as you do that jump stroke high pull. The last one is a tall clean, pop to the power position, hold, front squat, and up. So tall clean, I'm starting on my tippy toes and I am pulling myself under to catch in that power position, squatting and standing up, okay? So there's a pause after you catch and then a squat and a stand. 2 times through that barbell complex, and then we're gonna set up our weights for cleans. The RX weight for this is, it's a benchmark. There's one weight, it's not really based on a percentage, it's just a specific task, right? So some people with a heavy clean will have an easier time. Some people who can do a ton of push-ups will have an easier time. But for this one, it's either RX or scaled. Anytime we do a benchmark like this, I could give you a target on it, and it should be in like 60-ish% range of your 1 rep max clean. But for many people, this will be a wildly different number. So don't sweat it. Let's just pick a weight that's appropriate for you. The reps on the power clean are small. The reps on the push-ups are small. The reps on the air squats are small. So, and none of these are complicated movements, right? So the power clean is just from the ground to the shoulders, right? And then set it back down. Okay, you're only doing 3 reps. And then you're gonna do 6 reps of a push-up. So specifically on our fast-moving benchmarks like this, wanna make sure that you are guarding each position, right? So at the top, it is arms all the way straight, not like most of the way straight, but all the way straight. And then at the bottom, it is chin and chest touching the ground. And it is possible to touch your chest to the ground and really not bend your arms all that much. So technically, I'm getting all the way down when I do push-ups like this, but they're not really good training push-ups because my shoulders aren't getting that full extension at the bottom, right? So think chin and chest to the ground and arms straight at the top. And then on the squat, similarly, it is the hip crease should be below the top of the knee, and then knees and hips should open with the shoulders over the hips. And a lot of times when we're going fast on squats, it's shorting at the bottom, shorting at the top, right? So I'm kind of just rocking the force between those 2 positions. Not nearly as much muscle is involved in those. So I'm always wary when we do a benchmark like this. I want it to be a benchmark and something that you can sort of race against in a safe and responsible manner, but I also want it to be a really good training event for you. So the more that we shave a little bit off the ends of the range of motion repetitively over a big workout like this, the less benefit that you get from it physically, right? So balance those two concepts of speed versus precision when we are moving, right? So the way that those three movements will work is it's an AMRAP format. You have as many rounds in 3 minutes as you can get of that 3, 6, 9. So it's 3 power cleans, 6 push-ups, 9 air squats. And wherever you're at 3 minutes, you freeze, right? So let's say I'm on the 6th squat. I did 6, and then it was time. I rest for a minute, right down where I'm at. And then when time comes back in on round number 2, I start off with rep number 7. So it's just pick up where you left off, no matter where you're at in that little triplet cycle, right? And we're gonna do 5 total rounds of that cycle, okay? So at the end of it, you'll have one count of rounds and reps, and that is your score for Chief. All right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you had a great one, and I'll see you on Wednesday.